Hello, Danielle Husted here, reporting on assistive technology, which I thought was really interesting in general. Um, Describe the role of assistive technology in the classroom. Um, the article we read was actually a pretty easy read, and I didn't think it would be, but it was. Um, and it's so funny that you just assume when you hear technology that it's going to be something digital, something you have to plug in, has a battery, that sort of thing. But then, of course, as I got to reading, I found that it can be any number of things, like a pencil grip or tennis balls on a chair to make it quiet. Any sort of extra thing you're doing to um, make students and people successful in the classroom. Um, so the role of technology is just to assist people with disabilities so that they can participate, communicate, be successful in their learning environment and in the classroom. Um, and to get them to be able to complete a task that they may otherwise not have been able to do if it weren't for the technology support. Um, there are several areas of application. She talked about 6 in the article. A couple that I resonated with were um, the communication in the classroom, message boards, the picture systems. Um, One thing I thought about that wasn't mentioned, the applications of existence. Those were like personal care, feeding, sleeping, those types of assistive technologies in that area. I thought about in with regards to personal care, an example would be like a shower that is easily accessible to someone in a wheelchair that they can get in and out easily. The knobs are lower. The shower has a lower level and a seat that they can easily transition into between their wheelchair and um, the shower. So that would be under one of the personal care assistive tech applications. Communication. I didn't know my thought for this was sign language. I didn't know if that was a form of assistive technology, but if you're unable to talk and you don't have the ability to have like the talk to or the Dynex box, then the just the ability to know sign language and be able to communicate in that form to someone, I think would be a technology to be useful in that way. And then a physical disability. One thing that wasn't mentioned was a hearing aid. And of course, if you cannot hear and you have a hearing aid, that would be beneficial to you in the classroom so you can listen to the lesson, participate, that sort of thing. Uh, let's see. All right, so some uh, experiences I've had with technology in the capacity that I work in is I work with preschool children and I've encountered several that has like sensory processing disorder. And some of the tools that we have used in the past have been weighted vest or weighted blanket, um, or a couple kids have had like weighted stuffed animals that they can carry around. Um, Also, chew necklaces or chew toys. Um, those are all great assistive technology tools they can use to calm themselves so that they can participate in the classroom. And I've some of those tools with certain children are they put the vest on and it's night and day. I mean, they're in just a few minutes their behaviors completely change, so it's pretty amazing. Um, One tool that I found particularly interesting was the Dynavox website and the amazing technology that is used for the eye following programs. I had a hard time understanding how that actually works, but from what I could gather, I watched a couple of the YouTube videos of the small girl using it and then the father using it, and it was just amazing that they're able to communicate just by looking at this screen and the screen following their eye gaze and knowing what they're trying to say and trying to communicate. It's amazing. I'd like to look more into that and just know that and have that in my toolbox in the back of my mind. Um, um, an additional assistive technology that was not listed was talk to text technology or um, speech to text. I Googled it, and there was several that talk to text or speech text to speech programs that allowed children with dyslexia to be able to read, um, have books read to them, but they can follow along using an iPad or a Kindle, just so that they're able to actually comprehend the content of what they're reading in the material and not focus so much on just being able to read the words, but comprehending it at the level of their peers. That was very important, and I think that was something you would see a lot in schools and education would be dyslexia. All right, so this was a very interesting lesson, and I appreciate it. Thank you.